Hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to tonight's session. I pray you are all doing well.
Yes, please. Good evening, sir.
That's good. Starting with today, I would have to admit that I was supposed to send you guys a recording of Monday's session. The recording didn't come because there is an issue we are facing at our end. Apparently, there's been some updates with WordPress, and the current update there's an issue with the Elementor and data template, how they work. There's an issue with it, so we were not able to record and share with you what we wanted to teach you guys because the issue did not give us the room to express the content I wanted to teach. That's why you didn't get a recorded session. So what we are going to do today, we are not going to use the starter template. We are going to build a page, or we are going to build our website from scratch using Elementor. So I'm going to use an image as a guide. I'm not building the exact page, but similar, and I'm going to use that to teach you the basic building blocks of Elementor, so that when you are building on your own, it will be quite easier for you. So I'm going to share a snippet of what we will be building today. Do you see my screen? Or what do you see currently?
Pages.
Pages, okay. Oh, okay. Please kindly hold on for me.
I'm okay.
Okay, is it loaded? Do you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is the sample page that we are going to build. I'm going to teach you how you can build the header and also how to build this sample page. So we are not going to build exactly what you are seeing, but something similar. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to delete all the pages that I have here.
Are you finished?
Hey, Philomena.
Mr. Deminia.
Thank you. Okay, so
Sorry about that.
no problem. So I'm going to add a new page. That's going to be our home page. And I'm downloading the this sample page that we are building and posting it in our WhatsApp chat. Okay, so I'm going to name, it's going to be called home page or home, and we are going to publish it to save it. Then we are going to use Elementor to edit it. So you go to edit with Elementor. So when you are building a page, this is how the whole WordPress system works. Where you build the navigation is different from where you build your page. So you can see that where I am currently, there's a header, right? The header is you cannot edit the header. You cannot change whatever that is here. This is because all the pages that you are going to have headers, right? So you cannot edit your header in the page. The header has a different place where it lives. So you can edit it there, and whatever you change over there, it affects all the headers in all your pages. That's a sample of how it works. So this is our navigator.
Please, can I ask a question?
Okay, you can.
So with the header and the footer here, since we are building a new page from the scratch, can we do a new one instead of using the previous one?
Yes, you can. You can. So when I'm done with this page, I'll teach you where you can go and edit the header and the footer.
Okay,
And also
thank
how you
you.
can create your own custom header and footer.
Okay,
Okay. So we are going to use this to create a section. So that section is going to be our in web design, because I'm in hero section. So hero section is the first section that you see, right? When you open a website, the first section that you see. So from here, from the top here to the bottom here, that is the first section that you see. So that's called your hero section. I don't know how it came about, but that's what I've known it quite some time now. I would have to do a search on what made people call it hero section. So we are going to use this section. So I'm going to select a structure based on the image that we have in our chat group. You could see that the left side is bigger than the right side. So this is a similar version of that. So I'm going to select this, right? And I've selected it. And so now I have my left and I have my right. But you could also see that, so this is what we have. So we are going to start building inside our left component or our left section. So this is our left section, this is our right section, but the whole thing is one section. I hope you get me.
yes, please.
Oh, please, can you go over from the header place where
Okay,
you edit with Elementor? Yes, thank you.
I don't get you. Where do you want me to go over?
After you started a new page, you went to edit with Elementor, right?
Yes.
And you were talking about some header. Uh,
Okay, so
I
this is your header,
I
right? This is your header.
I this one.
Yes,
Which one?
the one on top, the one with the white background, where you on the left you have the logo, on the right you have these icons. That is your header.
On the left. The one with I see widget layout basic. Is that it?
So
On my
you see the Kara, right? Fashion
no,
by Kara.
I don't see Kara.
What do you see?
When I tapped on edit with Elementor, what I see is elements to my left. and then widget, and then global.
Okay, no, your how do you call it? Your header is different from mine. It's not the same.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So what I mean to say is the top part, right? So whenever you
Yes.
open any website, no matter the website that you've opened, the top
Yes.
part that has the navigation, that has the logo, right? That is called a
O-
header.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it doesn't have
Oh.
to be the same thing. So that's the header. And below it,
Mm.
the last section of any website, that's called a footer.
Okay.
So this is my footer. My footer has only that's the copyright 2024 certificate word. So that this is my footer from the black section, the top of the black section to the bottom. That is my footer.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So now,
thank you.
okay, you're welcome. Now we have this section. So we are going to put content into our left section. So per the image, we have text, and in the text too, we have some small images inside. So we are going to build that. So let's start building. So we are going to need I'm going to need this, and I'm going to type the text, the act and signs. Okay, but you can see that the font is a bit bigger, so, and the text is black. So I click on this globe and I can choose a theme color. Sorry guys. So a theme color, and the typography can make it a bit bolder. It's not becoming bold. Okay, and see if a different font will do. Let's say enter. Okay, enter is a bit bolder, and I'm going to increase the font size to something like this, or a bit bigger, right? And the letter spacing to be a bit closer, and this increase to a bit bigger, right? And so that is this part. We are building this part. So the next thing to build is this part. These are images. There is a snippet or a widget that can do that, but I'm not sure of the name. So I'm going to search. So I'm going to put an inner section below it because it is two, so that I'll put one here and one here. So this part is supposed to be a bit smaller, so I can drag this thing here, because here there will be text, and I can copy this text, come here to where you have the edit heading, right click, copy, come and click here, right click, can do paste, and we'll paste it inside, right? So we're going to change the text of crafting. Okay, so we are going to fix this part. So let me see if we can get image. Okay, it seems there is no possible way of doing that, so I would have to use my own skills to do it. So in so doing, this does not take a section. Let's see if I can put an image here. I'm inserting an image and making it a bit smaller. So I'll make it smaller by, so with images you change you increase it using the height and width, but when you increase height, at times it distorts the image quality, right? It distorts the image quality. So I don't like changing the size of an image using the height. I rather use the width. With the width, when you are increasing the width, it works well with the height too as well. And giving it a border radius. The border radius is the corner of the image, making it a bit like 500, right? Or 50 crits, okay. Then can give it a border color. I think the white wouldn't show well, so what's your name? Okay, so change it to, I think a black was okay. There, but back at him. I see. Why is selling away? Yeah, sure. If you're very okay, sorry for the delay. And you see that you have this one to be at the top and this one to be like they are not in right standing. So I'm going to click here. Then I'm going to align them. So vertical alignment, middle. So now I've aligned them. So that's a vertical alignment. If they were on top of each other anyways, the position was not well. You could have also used a different alignment. So this is how I align it. And I think this one should come a bit like here, and I would increase the image. Increase the image size, something like that. So let me see if I can duplicate this. Okay, so I can duplicate it. So after duplicating it, I'm just testing if I can. Okay. Okay, it's not working. What I want to do, I'm not thinking too about it. So I'll figure a way we can achieve what we saw. So it's the height between this and this. This is what we have now. So let's continue. So we have also this. So I'm going to duplicate this and drag it to the bottom. Then okay, so the art and science of creating exceptional designs. So we have this, but the the spacing between them is very big, so we want to reduce them. So we can reduce them using the padding and the margin. So can push it a bit to the top, like something like this, and push this one to a bit here. Right, like this, and can have something good to view. Okay, so we are going somewhere. So continuing. So this is what we are building, and this is what we are having a challenge. I'll figure out how we can do this, then implement it. But continuing, we are also building this. So we are doing from left. So we build the left, then we come, then we build the right. So now let's put our text box. So now we've used the section, we've used the header, we've used the image. Now let's use the text editor. So I'm putting the text editor below exceptional designs. So you note that they are all in one section. They are all in one section. And I'm going to change the text. Okay, so now the text is too small, so I'm going to increase the size of the text, and change the color to a bit darker gray. So the first one, this one, we use this, right? So you can also use this to select your own color. So typography, increase the size a bit bigger, then increase the weight. No, this is too much. 500 is okay. And the line height a bit, this one is okay. Now we're going to shorten. Don't worry about what I'm doing, I'm just trying to test something. I've not used it before. Okay. Okay, now continuing, we're going to design the button here, the discover button. So we've used the text, we've used a section, we've used an image, we've used the text box. Now we are going to use a button. So there's the button. A button is what you click, so we can put a link in a button. So this is how the button looks like. So you can put a link in the button to link to a different page or link to a section of your page. So the type is default, and the text that we want to put in is discover. So the size is a bit okay for us, and we don't need an icon, but in case you need an icon, let me show you. This a sample, something like this. Let me change so that you see. Okay, so something like this. So there's the icon, right? There's the icon, but we don't need an icon in what we are building. So the size, so there's normal, there's hover. Hover means when you put the mouse on top of it. So you hover. When you put the mouse on top of it without clicking it, you have hovering or mouse over. So that's what we call it. So you're going to change the normal, then we tackle the hover too as well. So the text is a bit bigger. So let's increase our text size to be a bit bigger. Normally we would want to use the same size as this one. So let me check the type 18. Okay. And the background color is supposed to be black, and the text color is supposed to be white, and something like this is okay. And we are making the border of the square round. You remember this one, we use the border radius to make it round, so we can also use border radius to make this one round, but because it's a rectangle, it will not become a perfect circle. This is how it will look like. So let's give it 100. So this is what 100 will give us. But it looks like the size is too small for me, so I'm going to make top 30. 30 is too much, so 20, bottom 20. I think it's too much for me, but I would have to. Okay, I think it looks similar to what we want to achieve. So let me do 35, which is okay. I'm going to do the hover. When you put the mouse on top of it, let it be opposite. So when you put the mouse on it, I'm going to make the text black and the color white. But since it's white, you not see it. So I'm going to give it a border color of white. Right, and the border is solid. And I'm going to give it a width because you will not see the border because the border has no width size. So I'm going to give it a width size 1 point, let's say 3. Let's see how it will look like. No, it's 1 point. Okay. The color is different. It's supposed to be black color. Okay. So when you hover on it, it'll be black. So I'm going to, so that's it. Okay, so we've built this part of our page. There are some other sections too below it. So we are going to build that section too as well. That is this section. That is this section. So we are going to build this section. Okay, so far, is there any question?
For me, I am okay.
Okay, any other?
I'm okay too.
Okay. Okay, Miss Rosemont, is it your hand, the hand raised, is it to say you are okay or you have a question?
I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
My question has to do with lesson 4 and 5. I tried to install the starter, but I wasn't able to do it. So I wanted to find out if I'm supposed to purchase it. I don't know if it's a free. I'm supposed to purchase it.
No, don't worry about the starter at the moment. There is an issue with the starter template at my end. I don't know
Okay.
if everyone is facing the same issue, but how it's
Okay.
supposed to react when you install it is not behaving that way. I've tried other versions of WordPress and it's still behaving like that. So I think there's an up there. I think it's the recent update that's making it
Oh, okay.
behave like that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And that's why today I'm teaching you how you can build it from scratch yourself.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Don't worry
Thank
about
you.
that. You're welcome.
Okay. And then please, sorry. The lesson, the Monday, this the lesson. When can we get the video?
So I didn't do a video because of the issue I just talked about.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so continuing, we are going to build the section that is below this. So I'm going to put a section. So this is how I would break. So I'm showing you how I would break down this code. So you can see that we have 1, 2, then 3, right? So what I will do is I want it to be just here, right? Just here. So I can create, I'll put a section, then I'll build into the section. So after doing that, I'll give it a margin so that this space will be left. So let's go ahead and build it. So I'm going to drag a section and put it below below it. And mind you, if you want to put it below this because we are using this whole thing as one section. We are using this whole thing as one section, so we want to put it into that same section. When you have different sections, you might have issues doing something like this. So that's for starters. So I'm trying something. Please hold on from trying something. I think they are the same. Let me inspect. Okay, they are the same. Okay, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so you're going to build so it has an icon and text below beside it. So let's use the icon box. And also, if you want to find something, you can text here, search icon. So it is a list. Let me try the list if I can get an icon in the list. This wouldn't be nice. So let's try the icon box. Okay, something like this. Wouldn't be bad. So we are going to choose our own icons. So you click on this icon, this will open. Then you can search your icons. This is all the icons, but these are specific ones. But this is all icons. So I'm going to search for icons. Let's say something like this. Insert. Okay. Then the text. Pitch text. And the text that goes with it, the latest trends. Okay, so let's make it look a bit nicer. So I just clicked icon position. I want the icon. You see, we have left, top, then right. So this is how right will look like. This is how top will look like. This is how left will look like. Right. And this is quite looking similar to what we have here. Do you see what we have here? See, it's similar to something like this, right? Okay. So let's come to then a space, and this is for spacing it. This is for the size of it. Has to be a bit smaller, but not too small.
Please, we can only see the image. We are not seeing the editing that you are doing.
Okay, sorry. Do you you see it now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was saying that you can use this. So this is where we choose the icon, and I've changed the text. So after you change the text, we have icon position. This is for icon box, right? We have left. So this is how it looks like at first when you drag it and you change it. This is how it looks like. But we have left. This is how left looks like. And we have right. This is how right looks like. So you want to choose the left. Right. Then go to style. So let's apply our CSS. So the spacing, the one that seems fit, and the size of the icon, the one that you think is okay. And we also have rotate, depending on how you want it to be rotated. And we can come to content. We can space the content. I want it to be a bit closer. Yes, so I move it to 0. This one is supposed to be black. Right, let me check the original. Yeah, the original is black. And the description is a bit like this. Should be okay. And typography, you scroll down to, let's say, 500. It's too much for the fonts that we are using, so this is okay. So let me draw attention to this. So there's text shadow. That's background shadow. So this is just an example of how it works. Right. So if you want to cast the shadow of an object, for this then this is it. You can make it a bit blurry. Yeah, but we are not using it, so back. And you're going to change the color of the icon to black. Yes, to black. Let me check something. Delete. So I'm going to put an icon here, and the icon will be the arrow. It's not the same as what we have there, but it's a bit similar. So let me make it quite interesting. So something like this. Let me see something like this. Insert, and we are going to make it the size to be a bit smaller. It's a bit smaller. Then it has to be in the middle, but I'm going to also rotate it to point to this direction. And when you come here, I'm going to put it to the left. You can bring this a bit here, and select this. So there's the element inside the section. So we select the section. We want to make it to come in the middle. So select the section, then vertical alignment, middle. So it comes to the middle. Then I'm going to change. I click on the element again to change the color to black. So it looks a bit nicer. So this is how it will look like. Right. Okay, so that's what we have. So, but you see that it's very close to this, and we don't want it. So we are going to use the margin. So we are going to put a margin on this section. Click on this section, come to advanced. So we have margin and padding. So padding is from this blue box inside to the element, the space on top. So if you want to increase the spaces on top beneath this one to the blue box or to the left and right, that's when you use padding. But outside the box, so from this blue line to the top of this, that's the margin of this section. So I'm going to click and increase the margin. So to the top, I'm going to increase it a bit so that it will come below, right, below it. But we also have a line. We also have a line beneath it, so you can grab a line. You click here for your, so then we have line. Have I forgot HR? Let me check divider. I've forgotten the name. Okay, so it's a divider, and I'm going to reduce the width to reach like here. Then this, okay. Let me reduce it a bit to 6, and also change the color to something that's a bit faint. Let me see if that's a bit faint. Okay, so we have this. That's okay. So having this, let me reduce the margin bottom, so negative will bring it up instead of giving space on top of it. So I've given it a negative 16 margin to push it a bit to the top. And I'm going to, because we are going to build the same thing below it, I think 3 sections. I think the space was okay. Space was okay. We are going to build the same section, so I'm going to duplicate this section, right? So duplicate this section, but this one has moved below it, so we can move it on top of it so that it comes below here. Yes. The top, this one, it's taking the margin of the one we gave this one, that is the 40, because it's a duplicate. So we are going to remove the 40 so that it comes below, or even give it a negative 10, or like here, make it a bit okay. So we're going to change AI presentations. Okay, then we have 1000 plus examples. Okay, and we are going to also duplicate this one, e-commerce. Okay, so this is okay. And I'm going to duplicate this because there's no line beneath this. And since we will need the same thing, duplicate this. Then I will drag and put it a bit below. It's becoming a bit tough. It's not working. So what I'll do is I'll put it beneath the whole thing. That one too is not working. So let me put it here. Then what I'll do is I'll push this one rather on top. So many ways of getting a cut. And we have our section ready. So when I click this to hide, that's how it's looking now. So it's turning out to be a bit great. This is how it is looking now. So click here to bring back the editor. let me hide this. So what we're saying here, we are going to put an image here. So what I'll do is, I'm not going to, what you have here, the sample that we are looking at, we don't have the assets, or we don't have this particular image, okay, that we can use. So what I'll do is, for our own, I'll put an image to cover this whole space, also making it nice. We're not supposed to build the exact replica, but something similar. We are using it to learn how we can use the Elementor to construct our page. So you can put an image tag, right? Put an image tag into this and style, but I prefer using this, like the column itself, putting the picture behind the column as if it's a color. So with that, you go to style and you go to background type, right? Background, now choose classic. Then instead of a color, I'll come here and come and choose an image. So which image would do justice? It's let's try this. Okay, so when you are putting an image inside, you would want to use an image, since it is vertical, you would want to use an image that has also a vertical, like, orientation where most of the images will be seen. So the position, I'm going to make it center, right? Center. The whole image is not showing because it's not a proper fit. It's not a proper fit. So let me use it to teach this too. So when you put an image, wherever you put an image, this is size type. So we have cover. This is how cover looks like, right? And we have auto. So it automatically do its own sizing. Then we have custom, how you want it, right? How you want it. But I prefer using the cover, right? I hope you will agree. The cover looks a bit okay. Then when you are done, you click on update. So, but you could see that the section is way too close to the top. So we are going to give it, select the section, the whole section using this, and you have to edit the section and give it a margin to the top to push it a bit below so that it makes it a bit lively. And let's try and think this is okay. Yes, this is okay. So we built a hero section, a simple hero section, then update. So let's view our hero section, and the page that we created, we are going to make it the home page. So go back to exit, then see that there's no home page attached to it. So you go to the settings and you go to reading. Then when we are at reading, we are going to select our home page, right? So home page, there is nothing there. We're going to select, so home page displays a static page. That is a single page, and I'm going to select our home. Then we are going to save it. So now the page that we created is now our home page. So when you go here, you right click and go to open a new link. So I'm opening it in a new link. So that's what we created. So the design that we just created is how it will look like when you open it. Okay, so I think our time is up. I have to jump onto another meeting, so we'd have to end here. But before we go, is there any question